Yo Demi D's, it's your boy Howie, and we're coming at you with another Cam Stories from the Isles video. So today we're about to talk about 3 things that you probably missed in book 1. But before that, we just want to thank you guys for all the support with book 1 and now book 2, part 1. Okay, so we just want to thank you guys for that. We have a bunch of different projects happening with the Cam Stories from the Isles series. We have manga/comic in the works. You guys have been seeing those little panels and stuff like that, so look out for that. It's gonna be amazing. And then we also have coming at you some different animations. All right, work on some different animations for you guys to get you guys to see the characters in live motion. All right, get those characters moving. Okay, so the first thing that you probably missed in book 1, Cam and Ojori go over to Kaylee's house. You already know that. They go over to Kaylee's house to check out if they can get some clues from Kaylee. Because Kaylee's missing at this point in time, and our boy Ojori, being a born soothsayer, is somebody who can pick up on these different spiritual connections. So they go over to Kaylee's house and they see her mom. So they're talking to the mom and they're trying to pick up these different, Ojori's trying to check out these different spiritual connections. And what happens is he gets this vibe from her mom, right? And they both vibe each other, and they're like, this is really weird. This is really weird. I could feel something off about this. So Ojori, being a soothsayer, you know, he has feelings about things, and he follows up on those feelings. So he's like, Cam, we should probably dip. So while they're dipping, Cam is like, what's up? And Ojori is just like, I don't know, dude, but I just got really bad vibes from Kaylee's mom. I think we should be there right now. Lucky thing, because later in that scene, this is something a lot of people probably missed, Kaylee's mom, who is usually in a wheelchair, she's in a wheelchair, so when she's talking to them, she's in a wheelchair, and in the story it's known that she hasn't walked forever. The whole time, Cam is 15 now, and the whole time Cam has been alive, he's never, ever seen her walk or do any movement other than be in a wheelchair. So it's really weird that the scene right after that, she is talking to someone, right? And the book says it is a medallion around her neck. So Kaylee's mom was talking to another Jumbi. So Kaylee's mom is also a medallion holder. I'm gonna let that sink in for you guys a second, because I know you missed it. I know you missed it, but it's all right. I got you. So yeah, so Kaylee's mom is actually a medallion holder of a Jumbi. I'm not gonna tell you which one, because that would be spoilers, and we don't do that on the channel. We don't do that. We don't do it in the channel. We don't spoil, right? So yeah, Kaylee's mom is a Jumbi medallion holder. So she's talking to the Jumbi, and they're having like this little discourse about you need to be careful. Something about Kaylee, you know, they're talking about that, having a discourse, and Kaylee's mom gets up, and that's the last thing that happens in that scene. She gets up, and the weirdest thing is that, and so Ojori's feeling was right, because it was just bad vibes from the moment that they met each other, and it was bad vibes. And somebody who has been in a wheelchair all their life now stands up. Weird, don't believe it, right? Not gonna explain any of that for you guys. Moving on to number 2. So in number 2, the second thing that you probably missed was the story plot of the Burning Bush, right? The Burning Bush is supposed to be this hangout spot for teens. They go to hang out, you know, get freaky, do little different stuff. And weekends, stuff like that. That's the Burning Bush, that's the spot, right? So they would, in the high school, Mahogany High, they would be talking about, yeah, let's go out to the Burning Bush. You know, you go out to the Burning Bush with a girlfriend that you're talking to, whatever, bam, bam, boom. So now, that's the lore on the Burning Bush. That's all everybody knows about it. It's a hangout spot for teens, right? What happens at the Burning Bush is, Cam and Kaylee actually go out there, and they see some people and stuff like that, and they're doing a thing, they're getting freaky and whatever may have you, and they're talking about, yeah, this is probably what people in relationships do. You know, they're getting close and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A little stuff like that. But what happens next is really important, because they look at the people's face and they're like, oh, okay, I see you. You know, I see a face. Decided there was a couple doing a girl, right? So they saw the face, and this is part is really important, because when they come back later at the end of the book, they're seeing those same people. So why are those same people there? Reason, right? I'm gonna clear that up for you. Before they get to see those people at the end of the book, Kite and Ojori feel like this kind of force field thing around the burning bush, which is the hangout spot for the teens, right? So they see that there's like this force field type of thing happening, and it's just a really weird spiritual connection happening in that location. So Kam is like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, and Ojori and Kite are like, dude, you probably need to take this into account. But you know, our main hero, he's kind of slow on the uptake. So he's like, nah, we don't really need to pay attention to this. Let's go get Kaylee. Because at that point, Kaylee is gone. Kam is like, we really need to go get her. And so Kite picks up on Kaylee's car, which was stolen at that point in time, and they figure out her location, and she's at the Doan's cave, right? But at the end of the book, the Doan breaks down what happened in a burning bush, and this is what you probably missed. So what he says is, I made a spell. I made a spell in that area that it's basically a force field that drops it's like a disease that it drops down in the force field. Anybody that's in there for a very long amount of time, they pick up on this disease. And so what the disease does is it makes him able to control whoever was in that area for a very long time. So all of those kids that were disappearing over the weeks in the book and were disappearing week to week, and those same people that Kam and Kaylee saw that also disappeared, the reason that they did disappear is because the Doan put this disease to fall down on the people that were there for a very long time, and basically was able to control them. Right, he was able to control them, and then bim bam boom. So all the freaky stuff that they were doing on there, because they were there for such a long time, they were now being controlled by the Doan. Boom, big brain. Yes, big brain. I know. But we got you. I know some of you guys probably missed that second one, so there you go. At the end of the book, Kam goes Super Saiyan, right? No, he doesn't go Super Saiyan, he just gets a different form, right? So he gets a different form, he merges with our boy Shadow Khan. Now, I'm about to explain to you and break down to you exactly what Shadow Khan is, because I know a lot of you guys don't really understand that. I'm gonna break down to you, along with the explanation of the Shadow Medallion, right? So, Hard is the Jumbi that's in the Shadow Medallion, right? The Shadow Jumbi Medallion. So whoever possesses this medallion, whoever's in a contract with our boy Hard, is able to basically use the powers of the Shadow Medallion. I know that's an easy breakdown, but there's more to it, right? So whoever is in possession of the Shadow Medallion is able to connect directly with their id. You know what the id is? An id is basically the true person that you are. There's studies that show that your id is a person or the bad or negative thing that you actually are, and there's actually connections to your shadow, right? They say that your shadow is the thing that you really are. It has like your worst thoughts. It makes you like the best or worst person, right? And that's your id. Because Kam has a Shadow Medallion, he's able to directly connect with that, right? And that's what Shadow Kam is. It's his id. It's who he aspires to be. It's who he actually is. And so he's the only person that can do this because he has a Shadow Medallion, and he's able to directly connect with Shadow Kam. Now, at the end of the book, when Kam gets stabbed and he's about to bleed out and die, he goes into the abyss and he talks to Shadow Kam, and he's able to connect with him, and he's able to basically merge thoughts and skill and experience, everything with Shadow Kam, who has this bulk of knowledge for whatever reason, right? He has this bulk of knowledge. And so they merge, and so they're able to quickly dub up the Doan because the Doan just can't handle Shadow Cam and Cam Mix. They're merged at that point. And there's a name for this. It's called, you have to read book 2. You have to read book 2 part 1. That would definitely be a spoiler. I can't let you know that. It's just not fair for the people who read book 1 and then about to read book 2 part 1, and you get this video that's about to explain what's happening in book 1 when you didn't even read. You know what I mean? Alright, boom. Alright, so you have to read book 1 and you have to read book 2 part 1 to find out what that is called when they merge Shadow Cam and Cam. So that merging that happens, they're able to deal with the when lickety split and save the day, save the island, and then at the end of the book, you already know what happens at the end of the book. This is just an extra bonus. At the end of the book, our boy Ojore, who is the deuteragonist, our boy is possessed by the 13th, right? There's the Barnaby 12. So we're gonna have another video that breaks down different things in the book, in the world, right? Telling you more about the Barnaby 12, telling you more about the Chick Charnies, telling you more about the world. So you get more info on that, and you're able to understand a bit more when you're reading. But basically, the Barnaby 12 there's a group of 13 was 13, but now 12 Jumbies who basically deal little debts and agreements. They make contracts with people that have debtors, and they collect on those contracts. That's their job. That's what the Barnaby 12 does. That's what those Jumbies do. And so the 13th Jumbi is basically what Harv says at the end of the book. He is like the worst. He is unimaginably the worst thing that could happen to the world, and now he's being unleashed into the world via our boy Ojore. So at the end of the book, Ojore is gone, and he's being possessed by the worst thing imaginable. You can't even fathom how bad the 13th Jumbi is, and that's what book 2 part 1 is about. It's about more than that, but one of the main things is getting our boy Ojore back, because he's our boy's Cam's like first friend. After all the bullying and stuff like that, he's the first guy that actually stood up for him. So it was a hurt piece to see him just dip like that. Like it was really sad. But we good, because in book 2 part 1 some interesting stuff happens, and we get to see Ojore again. So that's the end of the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Those 3 things. If you guys would like to see more stuff like this, just let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe. If you guys like what you're seeing, if you guys like the products that we're about to be doing, all right, you can sponsor and you can donate to our Patreon. All right, just click on that link and do that. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe.